I remember the exact temperature of the room when he said it. "You're outdated. We're done here," the CEO hissed, leaning back like the chair itself was loyal to him. I replied quietly, "Understood." No argument, no anger, just a nod. What he didn't see was the click behind my eyes, the sound of something ancient and patient locking into place. That was the moment the retirement trust activated its voting rights. That was the moment the company stopped being his. By Monday morning, the board convened an emergency meeting. The first agenda item was a question no one wanted to ask out loud. Who just fired the person who owns 76% of the shares? Betrayal never arrives screaming. It whispers, it smiles, it pours you a drink and calls you family. My wife's father announced it on New Year's Eve, champagne still fizzing in his glass. "We're going to replace you with someone else," he said, like he was changing a tire. "You're too old to be useful." 13 years. I built his company when it was a rumor and a rented floor. I signed guarantees with my own credit. I worked through surgeries, funerals, recessions. I taught his executives how to read a balance sheet like a battlefield. I married his daughter, believing blood meant permanence. He smiled while he cut me loose. I didn't fight. I packed my bags that night. I decided to vanish. At the bus station, fluorescent lights humming overhead, I kept replaying every meeting, every late-night call, every promise. I wondered when usefulness expired. I wondered when loyalty became leverage against me. A young woman sat beside me. She asked if I was okay. I don't know why I told her everything. Maybe because strangers carry less judgment. Maybe because I needed to hear the story spoken aloud to understand it was real. She listened, didn't interrupt. Then she made a phone call. "Dad," she said, eyes steady on mine. "I found him. Yes, I'm sure." That was the moment I learned betrayal runs in families, but so does correction. I didn't discover their plan all at once. It came in fragments. A consultant hired without my signature, a legal clause amended quietly, board dinners I wasn't invited to, my name moved from core leadership to legacy operations. Legacy, the word people use when they want your bones but not your voice. Pain lasted a night. Planning lasted months. I stopped reacting. I started recording. Emails, minutes, off-book compensation, shell vendors, a deferred retirement trust they forgot I designed, funded with my bonuses, structured to activate voting rights if I was terminated without cause. They called it a golden handshake. I called it a kill switch. I let them think I was tired, let them think age had softened me. I smiled more, spoke less, signed nothing without copies, moved assets with the patience of erosion. When they finally pushed me out, they believed the story they'd rehearsed. Old man retires quietly, grateful, irrelevant. I said, understood, and walked away. Then I made one call. The execution was clean. No theatrics, just timing. The trust notified the registrar at 8:02 a.m. Legal, automatic, irreversible. The board meeting was scheduled for 9 a.m. By the time coffee was poured, the votes were already counted. They argued procedure, they questioned authenticity, they called lawyers who called other lawyers who went very quiet. The CEO tried to laugh it off. "This is a misunderstanding." That's when I entered the room, not as an employee, not as family, as majority owner. Faces changed, color drained. The man who hissed at me on Friday couldn't meet my eyes on Monday. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. "You fired me," I said, almost kindly, without cause. "You triggered a mechanism you didn't bother to read." Silence is a powerful witness. The vote to remove him was unanimous. Even the ones who betrayed me wanted distance from the blast radius. He tried to speak. I held up a finger. "No," I said. "We're done here." The fallout was surgical. Contracts audited, bonuses clawed back. Consultants disappeared. My father-in-law resigned for health reasons. My wife and I never spoke again. Some losses are the cost of truth. The company stabilized, stock rose, employees stopped whispering. They asked me how I felt. I told them the truth, calm. Revenge isn't loud when it's done right. It's administrative. It's ink drying on paper. It's watching people realize the ground they're standing on belongs to you. I didn't destroy them. I corrected the record. Sometimes I think about the bus station, about how close I came to disappearing, about how easily a life's work can be dismissed with a toast and a smile. I don't regret waiting. I don't regret planning. I don't regret the silence I used as a weapon. They mistook patience for weakness, age for obsolescence, loyalty for ownership. They were wrong. Power doesn't shout, it remembers. And when it finally speaks, it doesn't ask for permission.